What is up, fellow bench warmers? Welcome to your daily fantasy quick. Hey guys, welcome to another quickie. It's the first day of week 5, and I'm your host JJT with Komish Eric. How was the
Yes,
first
guys.
day?
Mixed bag. Some of my opponent's players like Sadiq Bey, Kate Cunningham, that was in the league that I lost last week. And today, today both of them exploded. So just my luck.
For some reason, in
But that's how it is.
in one of our fantasy benchwarmers league, Sadiq Bey was dropped. Anyway,
I don't expect Sadiq Bey to be this good, but he will be better. He's been struggling, but today he top scored for the team. So I think he will be improving. But he won't be this good. I think he's outside. Should be outside 100. Should be outside 100.
I think
for this year.
Problem with Sadiq is the field goal, as always with shooters. The field goal has been bad. I think he's just 38, 37%, I think, for the season.
Yes.
And he's had some really bad shooting games. And he is just known for being a shooter. He's like a Buddy Hield.
He's usually good in steals. But this year it's been up and down. So that's the problem with Sadiq. The steals has not been there yet this year.
Yeah. Anyway, let's talk about injuries first, because that's we've got lots of them today. Bones Highland, we were talking about him for the past 2 quickies, and today he played just 4 minutes and injured his ankle. I'm not sure how bad it is, because he injured it, I think, in the first half, and then he tried to come back. And I think he aggravated it, so he left again. So hopefully it's nothing too serious for Bones, because we were just talking about him being one of our pickups for the past few days.
Yes, he tried to play through it, could not. He said it hurt. So these kinds of situations put you in a spot. Because
do you drop him? Do you keep him?
Yes, he's not that good to be a definite not drop, right? And he's not that bad that when you drop him, no one will get him because of the potential and the upside. But if it's a sprained ankle, it could be just one game. It could be 1 week. It could be, it's gonna be tough. I don't know what's the right thing to do. I have Bones Highland.
My rule on these things is that I'll wait for official timetable. That would come probably in a couple of days, right? 1 to 2 days, we'll know more. Or wait till the next game, see if he plays, see what happens there. If my team can manage it, then fine. But if my team could not handle the injury, or it has lots of injuries, then he'll probably be the first one I'll drop over the others, depending on the situation of the others as well. So yeah, that's how I handle these types of. I don't drop them immediately, especially if I don't have a deep team. Like, he's not my streamer. I need him still. Hopefully he comes back. So I'll just wait for a few more days before taking action.
Similar to me. I have him in a 16 and a 14 team league. I'm holding. Let's see if the good news is he tried to play through it. So I mean, right? That means it could probably be no structural damage. But with sprained ankles, the next day is usually the key. If it swells or anything, so we have to wait for that.
Another player we talked about picking up was Kevin Huerter. He got injured today. He played a few minutes, I think, first half. Then he got injured. So another bad luck for one of our streamers or one of our pickups for the past few days.
Yes. I guess I think it's a hamstring with Kevin Huerter. They didn't say it's a strain. They said it's a tightness thing, but it could be a strain. If it's a strain, it might be some games. He's a drop for me. Although if you want to wait it out, it's okay. But given Huerter's low upside and not really a very hype player, you might be able to get him if he clears waivers. I think he will be able to get him.
Yeah,
I think he will clear waiver. So
yeah.
you can drop him. And then
He hasn't
just,
really had a good game. This is just the second game without DeAndre Hunter. So, and both games have been pretty bad. So, yeah, I don't think anyone would try and pick him up before anyone else, right? So I'm pretty sure there are some more players in the waiver wire that you can pick up. But in replacement to maybe Huerter, Gallinari, I picked up Gallinari in some of my teams. Just a speculative ad. He played well today. Yeah, I mean the depth. We've been talking about the depth of Atlanta. Now it's slowly thinning. The depth is slowly slowly losing depth.
I do know that I think Gallinari has played 20 something minutes the past two games. So he's trending up, and we do see this year Carmelo, LaMarcus. I mean, there is the veterans coming back, playing well. So yeah, I added him also, but I did not expecting to hold him for the rest of the week. I'm thinking maybe the rest of the week, but after this week, maybe I'll drop him also. Don't expect much, because when you watch him play, he's too slow already, and it really looks old. It really looks old. But if he gets 25 to 26 minutes, yeah, I guess it's okay.
He's slow. He'll be plus fine. The fit there with Atlanta, wherein it's a young team, it's a fast team. Doesn't fit as well. So yeah, but this is where we do the add now and ask questions later, or add now and see where this goes with Danilo Gallinari.
Yes, for sure.
Other players, Evan Mobley, elbow injury. He hurt it yesterday, right? So
he hurt it today.
Oh, today. Yeah.
Yes, he hurt it in the game. Actually, he didn't really hurt it. He just went out in the fourth quarter and never came back. And I was thinking he was 0 of 11 today. So probably the coach wanted to go with a hotter player than someone who's been not shooting well. So the injury was just reported after the game. So that is worrisome, because he was 0 of 11. It might have been bothering him for the whole game already. That's why he's 0 of 11, because he's not really a poor field goal shooter, being a big man.
Yeah.
Right. So this just sucks. FBW curse continues with Mobley. Elbow sprain, though, it depends on the grade. It could be a mild sprain, then you can play through it. But if it's something more severe one, it could take weeks. Yeah. So that is plus.
Yeah,
Cleveland does not have Laurie and Kevin Love, although both will come back the next game, I think, from COVID.
They don't have those two players. If they don't have Mobley, if Mobley misses time, hopefully Jarrett Allen comes back, because Jarrett Allen sat out today with some illness. I think it's not COVID related, so hopefully he gets back. But obviously you won't drop your Evan Mobley, and it's going to be pretty hard to trade for him, given the high value that many managers would put on him. You just hold and see what happens there. Robert Williams played only 13 minutes. Sore knee. Al Horford played today. Still good. I mean, for in Horford standard, as an old player, he was still good. But Robert Williams, Not too serious, I guess. Just a sore knee. Just a precaution, maybe.
I don't know. He mentioned something about the pain, about a stinging pain or something in an interview. So doesn't sound nice. Doesn't sound good. I would think that he will be missing some games. Usually, let's wait for an MRI. I would think they would go for an MRI, and when there is an MRI, just be two things. Just be prepared because it could be bad.
Yeah.
It could be something bad, right? Like what happened to DeAndre Hunter. He just said that his wrist was sore and they MRI'd it and then it was broken or something and needed surgery. So you have to be prepared with your moves already for Robert Williams. Although there's
There's
not
really
really
not
a
much
big
there.
ad here.
Uh,
I mean,
it could boost Al Horford more.
yeah,
Who's their next big? Cantor.
Grant Williams, Cantor and Grant Williams. But I would presume it's Grant Williams. I would be targeting Grant Williams if Robert Williams will be missing more games. Although it was Neesmith that started in the second half for Robert Williams. They played small. They played Tatum at the 4.
Mhm.
Jalen Brown is about to come back also, so that's also possible that they play Jalen, Tatum, and Horford in their front court. That's possible. But even in that case, I think Grant Williams in 14, 16 team leagues, the last time that I think the last time Robert Williams or Al Horford rested, it was Grant Williams who
Yeah.
was able to produce value.
Yeah.
So he's the guy I think would possibly benefit from this.
Yeah. So Robert Williams will just keep an eye on this. Luka, did he get hurt today? Sprained ankle. Just treatment.
Yes, but he sprained it at the last portion of the game and went straight to the locker room. And according to Jason Kidd, they have to wait and see tomorrow. Again, sprained ankle. We don't know how it swells or anything, but Luka does have a history of sprained ankles. And he has missed games from it. Every year, he has missed games from sprained ankle. I would be shocked if he plays in their next game. Although stranger things have happened.
Yeah.
But I'll be shocked if he plays in the next game.
Aren't you shocked that we just talked about Luka having the better
Durability
and what do you call this? We even like the stats, right? The projected total stats.
Yes, in the totals.
He is better than other players, and that's the reason why he's being drafted high. And then day after that, he sprains his ankle. So yeah, we'll probably not talk about many, feel good players right from here on. Let's talk about worry players. Christian Wood has been a worry player since he was sad that he didn't take as many shots.
Actually,
I think that's the start.
That's a turning point.
Yeah, that's a turning point.
But before that game, he had games where he had 20 rebounds, as far as I remember, or 18 rebounds. But the rebounds was really the one that's been carrying his value. His field goal and free throws has been bad. This year, the free throws have really been bad, and he's at 50-something% this year. He's been taking a lot of 3-point shots also, so his field goal is been tanking. So if it doesn't fall, like lately it has not fallen for him, that's a big negative for a big man like him. What to do? A lot of people have been asking me about being offered Wood. One of our friend actually was also offered. I will not say the name, but he was also offered Christian Wood, and he asked me advice about it, and I said, no,
stay away,
because
what was the
stay
offer
away
though?
at this point. The offer was Christian Wood and DeMar DeRozan and Talen Horton-Tucker for Steph Curry and Zubac. Mm-hmm. So I said it's hard to trade away Steph. Number one, DeMar is a sell high. Then Wood is, stay away. One is a sell high, one is a stay away.
Yeah.
For me.
I mean, there's a difference between a player who's struggling versus a player who has been really bad in who would really hurt you in certain categories, even if he's not struggling. Like the free
Yes.
throws, obviously it would hurt you. Uh, Even on a good day of Christian Wood, right? The field goals, he may
Yes.
score a lot, but the field goals might, kill your team's field goals. So those things, I think, would be some of the considerations. Although DeMar has been playing really well, uh, knock on wood, uh, but he has been playing really well, like the Toronto version of the DeMar DeRozan that we know. Yeah, but going back to Christian Wood, if you can trade him to maybe a punt free throw team,
Yes. That will be the best
Led
strategy.
team, Giannis led team, look for that team.
Yes.
That could be
Yanis or who else? Those punt free throws.
Luca led.
Maybe Luca. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yanis or Luca.
yeah. Usually those two players could be punt free throw team. Or just look at the complete lineup of certain managers. They might be punting free throws even though their first rounder is a good free throw shooter. Right? It can happen, right? Another worry player is Julius Randle. What's up with Julius Randle?
Julius Randle started very well this season, and then from then on, something happened. They talked about the chemistry with Kemba not being there. Both of them just haven't meshed really. And so far, lately, Julius Randle has been outside. I mean, he's right now for the season. He's outside the top 50 already.
Mm-hmm.
From being a top 10 player in the first week. From being a top 10 player in the first week all the way down out of the top 50. And he has not scored, except for one 31-point game. He has not scored in the 20s, 20 points for some time.
Yeah.
He's not shooting well. 27% this last week in free throws. Free throws. Not even 3 points or field goal. Field goal 30 something percent. Field 3 points 28%. He's in a slump. And I don't know if Jeremy thinks he will be Julius Randle of last year. But it doesn't seem to be happening.
He can be, but just for the reason the draft position of Julius Randle I felt was a little too high. Last year was a great year for Randle. Like he was picked 7th, 6th round, 5th round.
Yes.
So that was
correct.
a great value. I don't think any manager would trade Randle for your 5th round or 6th round player. Right? Maybe New York is just struggling as a team. I haven't really watched much New York games. Probably watch some of them to see how New York will do. But yeah, they are all struggling. I mean, they are all struggling. Randle.
The starting five. The starting five has been struggling. The bench has been really good. The starting five has been struggling. And when you watch the starting five, it's as if, they really don't know each other well. And they can't get the ball to where they want it. Randle, when sometimes he gets the ball, it's the last few seconds. He has to do one-on-one. The ones he does usually one-on-one, face up, and then takes the jumper.
Yeah,
that's why his field goal has been so bad. He doesn't get it in the shot clock where he can do much more with it. And they do have an easy schedule coming up. Just looking right now at their schedule, they do have Orlando, Houston. So maybe he explodes in those games. Maybe you can trade him in those games. I would like to trade him also. I have a lot of Randles. And maybe those 2 games he could bounce back, because after that it's Chicago. That will be a tough game. Then the Lakers will be an easy game. So maybe he has a good stretch here.
Yeah. So you just hold on to him for a bit. See where that goes. I know it's gonna be hard to trade Randle with the value that you want. So I don't think it's the right time. Another player who's been struggling. Yeah, not now. Another player's been struggling, D'Anthony Melton. Well, we talked about D'Anthony Melton already since Dillon Brooks returned. And yeah, today, what, 19, 17, 18 minutes?
16, I think 16 minutes. 16 minutes.
And
And
not much to show for those 16 minutes. I think he had a
it
couple
was
of
a blowout.
steals. He had a couple of steals.
3 steals today. 3 steals and I think 5 points, something like that. 2 rebounds. Just those things. 12-team leagues, definitely you can move on from him. 14-team leagues, depends on who you would add, depends on who you would replace him, but he's not that he can be dropped. He can be dropped for
Okay,
sure.
so let's talk about some of the players you can add. Right. We talked about Danilo Gallinari. I don't think you'll add Danilo Gallinari for D'Anthony Melton. Larry Nance had another 20-minute game today, so that's 2 straight 20-minute games. Is he a good add for a D'Anthony
In
Melton?
14 team leagues, yes, you can make that switch. I think in 14-team league. Another worry player talking about Nance is Nurkic. His minutes has been going down and down and down. Today, 18 minutes, 5 points, 14 rebounds, but nothing else. No steals, no blocks, and he was just not in the offense. He was just rebounding because he's a center. That's easy stats. So that's a worry. Now Nance got 23 minutes and ended the game. Do I trust that Nance would finally get back to the Nance that we know? I don't. I really don't. But yes, he's probably going to be better than Melton at this point. So yes.
I mean, just the minutes. I think the problem with Melton is the minutes. If he gets the same minutes as Nance, he'll probably be better than Nance, I guess, given the situation. But just the
possibly.
minutes. If it's trending down, then that's going to be a problem for us Melton owners. So yep, Nance is a buy player. Monte Morris. I just feel Monte Morris should have been part of your roster since MPJ went out. So I think he's better than Melton at this point.
Surprisingly, Monte Morris is only owned in 30-something% of leagues. That should go up, especially if Bones will miss some games also. Now Will Barton is out. So there's Barton, there's Bones, there's MPJ. So today he had a great line, Monte Morris. The past few games he actually has had great lines. So he's even in 12-team leagues. I think Monte Morris should be added, at least for the short term.
Yeah. Well, at least until maybe Michael Porter Jr. returns, or even with Will Barton, I think he's okay.
Yes.
He should be okay. I think the key there would be MPJ. If he returns, the role of Monte Morris becomes lower or smaller. He should be an add there over
Monte
Melton.
over Melton.
Yeah. Shaddai Osman has been playing great. I mean, we talked about him before. I think, when did we talk about? When Markkinen went out, we talked about him.
Yes.
And I added him in one league. Haven't dropped him really. He's not the Osman that we know before. We know he can play, he can shoot, but the field goals before have been terrible. This year so far, he's been okay. He's been quite good.
Yes. I don't know if I'm a big Osman fan because he's only 7% owned. And I have 8 or how many leagues I have him in, almost 4 or 5 of them. So maybe I'm just high on him, but I know he's very inconsistent. Like when Markkinen went down, he had games where he just had 7 points or 2 threes and then nothing else. But like today, he had 27 points. So he has games like that. He has potential like that. The problem is Markkinen is coming back the next game.
Yeah.
I know Kevin Love is also coming back.
He is,
but
yes.
if Mobley will be missing games, at least it's a net situation. Some will come back, some will be out. I think he still can be added, until they are totally healthy. I think he can still be added.
Yeah, or just keep him until he doesn't show up anymore. I mean, doesn't perform anymore. Like, this is This is at the tail end of pick him up and see what happens. You're already at the tail end of that. Eventually, you'll probably gonna be dropping him once the Cavs get back to their full lineup. Who else? Jared Vanderbilt. Uh, I
Mhm.
I added Jared Vanderbilt in one league. Haven't really dropped him because of the steals blocks combo. He's not really uh, contributing much in the other stats except for those two. I value him for those two categories. Yeah, Jared
Y-
Vanderbilt.
steals and blocks. You're
Yep.
saying steals and blocks.
Yes.
But he's also good in rebounds though. He's a good rebounder. He's averaging 6 for the year. So that's not bad. Naz Reid is out.
Yep.
If you look at the lineup of the Wolves, they're not really that big without Naz Reid. I mean, after the starting five, of course, they don't have a backup center
They
out there.
don't.
So
It's just Naz Reid.
Vanderbilt, Vanderbilt might get additional minutes. He got 23 today. If he gets 23 to 25 minutes, even off the bench, the 7-8 rebounds and the steals and blocks that Jeremy has been saying, that he can do that. He can do those things.
Yeah. So Vanderbilt over Melton.
I'm Melton over Osman, by the way, but I would probably be Melton. Probably Vanderbilt and Melton are the same for me. If you just need the rebounds, then go with Vanderbilt, because Melton for me, even in 16 or 18 minutes, can give you steals anyway. And if he hits those 3-pointers, he can give you two categories also, threes and steals.
Yeah.
So it depends on if you need rebounds or if you need 3-pointers.
And the blocks.
That's what will decide it.
And the blocks.
Melton can have blocks also, yeah.
Yeah, but probably not as good as Vanderbilt because of
Probably.
Yeah, but
the height.
they're pretty much the same, I guess. Jeremiah Robinson Earl. I would say Melton over this guy.
Actually, I would like this guy over Melton.
Is it for
not
a
right
long
now because
rest of the season? It's more of
the problem with
on.
I have him for later on. I have Jeremiah Robinson Earl for later on, but he's been starting so far the past 2-3 games already, and the minutes have been there. He started, I don't know, a third or fourth game of the season, and then we thought, hey, he's starting, and then the next game he just,
vanished.
3 minutes, and then
vanished.
So the rotation of the coach Mark Jungle or whatever his name is kind of weird. So I'm not that confident in saying that he's gonna start the rest of the way.
Yeah.
But so far, 3 games already, has been consistently starting. So you have to add him in 14-team leagues and see where it goes. If he continues, he's good 3-point shooter for a big man. He can rebound for a big man. And that's 2 things already that would give him fantasy value. Right?
Yeah. So this JRE over Melton?
At this point, yes.
Okay. And the last of our buy players, this is probably going to be this guy over Melton, Chimezi Metu. I think he had the double today, right?
He had the double today.
Yeah.
Yes.
We mentioned him before.
Did you get him?
Yes, I got him. I think I had 2 or 3 ads of Metu. I got him in the invitationals, I think. If not the invitationals, Champions League.
Yeah, you have an invitationals.
And I got lucky because Eric Gordon didn't play. Otherwise, I couldn't have gotten him. And I sat Eric Gordon out, so I was able to drop him. But yeah, if not for that, I probably would not be able to get him.
He added 16% to his ownership today after today's double. So I guess people are finally catching up on this guy. He's a big man who can shoot threes. It's a common theme. Any big guy like Bamba, like these guys that can shoot threes, and he can block also. That's the gold fantasy gold combination. So he has those. And plus the important thing is there's no competition for the starting 5. It was just Mo Harkless, and it took Luke Walton, it took the threat of being fired for Luke Walton
Make changes.
to try to make changes. And
Well,
he's working.
in fairness to Luke Walton, he sat down Marvin Bagley early already. So that's a big change.
That's a good thing you brought it up. Marvin Bagley, who's been out for the rotation, went back to the rotation today. He played today.
Yeah.
And it's against Detroit, the team that is rumored to be interested in trading for Marvin Bagley because they lost Kelly Olynyk.
Yeah.
So it's easy to see that they were showcasing him to Detroit for them to see if, hey, this is the guy you trade, get him, trade for him. If Bagley does go to Detroit, he can have value there because they don't have centers right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll see what happens there. It's still, we still don't know what happens there. Stewart has been playing better. Not still today.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he had some defensive stats, but yeah, he had
15 rebounds.
Yeah, he had 15 rebounds, and he shot the ball well. So we'll see. But yeah, Chimezi Metu is our ad of the day. Chances are he's not there anymore. In your waiver.
Hopefully he doesn't get injured the next game because after all our ads have been
Porter, hopefully he's not the guy, but yes, he is the ad of the day. And just maybe one feel good player for today, DeMar DeRozan. Let's talk about DeMar. Has been really good, and the reason why I want to bring this up is because I think we slept on DeMar during the drafts. Many felt like he's in Chicago. There's Zach LaVine. There's Vucevic. He's probably not going to be the DeMar that we want. And last year he did have a good year with the Spurs. Not as good as the years before, but and I think many slept on DeMar this year.
Last year, actually, he was not bad. He added assists last year. He added assists to his repertoire, so he was good. I guess people slept on him because of the reason you said. He went to a team that is suddenly loaded, top heavy, so they would think that he won't go there and become the top dog. It's Zach LaVine's team. It's Nikola Vucevic's team. They were there when he came in, but so far he's the number one guy in scoring. He's number one guy in usage for Chicago, and he's the reason they're I think, I don't know, number 2, number 3 in the East. They're doing well. They're doing well even without Vucevic. Can he sustain this? Is he a sell high? A lot of people are trying to sell high, but if you sell high, you do the trade that I was mentioning a while ago, packaging him and then getting somebody like a Steph, like let's say a real top player. That's the kind of sell high you should do. You don't sell high one-on-one in a sense that, let's say, DeRozan for, I don't know, SGA, or DeRozan for this or that. Even CP3, who's been good. I don't think the difference would be that much this season. So I want the top dogs if I want to sell high, the top players.
But yeah, hopefully he can carry it till the end. Because one good thing is that you probably drafted him a little lower than. And usually, sometimes, I can take that. I mean, I don't mind that. I don't necessarily, Again, I'm not a big trade kind of guy, a trade kind of manager. I'll ride this guy until probably the end, or until someone offered me something good. But yeah, that's just me because I don't have much time to do those trades as well. I didn't have that much patience to. I offer trades. Okay, I just offered one a few days ago, and then another one yesterday. In the teams we're in, I feel I'm really struggling. But if the teams are okay, I have one share of DeMar and it's doing well. So yeah, I'll just probably ride that DeMar for now. All right.
Yes, I agree. You can do that also.
Yeah, you don't really need to trade because he's already overachieved in your team. He's already performed beyond expectations, and that's probably one of the reasons why your team could be winning, or your team is not at the bottom, even if your first pick is struggling. Like if you have a Dame who's struggling, you can take that better with DeMar playing well, right? I mean, that offsets the struggles of players like Dame Lillard, or other players who are struggling,
Yes.
right? So I think that's fine too. So yeah, those two perspectives right there. Before we go, just a shout out to Boss Benny Benitez, who sent out some goodies to us.
Thank you, Boss Benny.
Boss Benny, thank you. Well, I tried the cinnamon rolls by the third ingredient. So I posted it in our stories, in our Facebook page and our Instagram page. Boss Benny sent us cinnamon rolls from the third ingredient. Just check them out on Instagram, or on, I don't know if they're on Facebook, but
And Kickstarter coffee, I think.
Kickstart Coffee. I love
Kickstart
coffee.
Coffee,
I don't think. I'm not sure if Komish likes coffee. Have you tried the cinnamon rolls?
Yes, I have tried the cinnamon rolls. The coffee, I have tried it before. He gave us the Kickstart coffee also before. It's good. It's really good. I'm not a big coffee guy, but lately I've had to, because not been sleeping much.
The reason why you're not sleeping much is because of the coffee.
No. It's because of the baby, and
all right. So
I guess it helps. It helps with the fantasy thing as well.
Yeah.
So at least we're updated.
Yeah. So thank you, Boss Benny, for the Kickstart Coffee, and shout out to Kickstart Coffee and the third ingredient. In case you like to sponsor some of our podcasts, you're free to do so. I'm just practicing in case they might want to send us more goodies. All right, guys. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.